Yeah, it's important to know before you go. So check trail warnings and closures before leaving the house. You want to stay out of closed areas, and you want to be aware of any warnings that might be along the trails that you're going to choose. And you want to choose your route with wildlife in mind. So different times of year, there's certain extra dangers or things to consider when choosing your route. You want to buy bear spray and make sure you carry it in an easily accessible location and know how to use it. You want to mentally prepare yourself for any encounters when you're out on the trail, so that if you do have an encounter, you won't be surprised.
You know, I carry a bear spray, obviously in the summer as well, and I'm hopefully I've never needed to use it. Hopefully never will, but I'm prepared to use it if I have to.
Yeah, so you want to make lots of noise so you don't surprise wildlife and that you give them time to clear away from the trail.
Certainly in the summer, I never run with music on. I try and make lots of noise. I try and avoid those areas where there are known issues. So yeah, I mean, my own behaviors is making noise and trying to stay away from the places that I know are a problem.
It's much safer in a group of 4 or more. Not only do you make more noise, but you're more intimidating for wildlife as well. Trail runners move fast, they move quickly and sometimes quietly, so slow down when you get to blind corners or blind hills or areas with poor sight lines. You want to make sure you slow down and make noise so you don't surprise wildlife.
So, I mean, I had an encounter a couple of years ago downtown during calving season where my wife and I were approached by a pretty aggressive elk, and we were kind of backed into a bit of a spot, and we backed up, and honestly, I thought I was going to have to jump into the river to get away from this elk. It was being pretty aggressive, but we grabbed some big sticks and banged them above our head, and eventually it disappeared.
You want to make sure you know where the elk calf is, because you want to move in the opposite direction. Don't move towards the calf, because the cow elk will get even more angry. So go in the opposite direction of the elk calf. If you've got your bear spray, use it. You know, even though it's called bear spray, it works on other animals like cougars, wolves, coyotes, elk. So use it. Yeah, if they're right in front of you on the trail, turn around and go the other way. Go the opposite direction. You want to give them a wide berth, at least 30 meters, if not more, and never ever try to sneak past them or quickly slip past them.
And then recently, there's been an elk down by the river that's been acting aggressively, and I was running up the trail, and I could see this elk was quite a ways away, and I thought it was just minding its own business, and it saw me and came at me, ran at me. So, it didn't get right up to me. It charged at me, and I immediately stopped and backed up, and it did the same.
I always like to teach people 3 simple words: stop, talk, and walk. If we encounter wildlife, we stop. We don't run away. We stay calm. If we've got bear spray, we pull it out, gather our group together. The second word was talk. We talk to the animal in a calm voice. Doesn't matter what language you speak in, just let it know that you're a human and you're not a threat. Maybe talk to your group and say, okay guys, we're going to walk away. And then that third word was walk. We walk away, we back away slowly, we never run away. And we always have that bear spray ready just in case that animal charges.
I mean, obviously living here, the chances of having a wildlife encounter at some point is pretty high. I think, we as trail runners, we all want to try and avoid those encounters as much as possible. We want to give animals space. We all hate it when you hear about a bear that is misbehaving because of human interactions, and there's not always a good ending to that story. So I think we all need to learn to exist together and share the trails and the wilderness together, and that's kind of what it means to me.